Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to my continuation of yesterday's topic. I was talking about food crisis and the implication of these food clashes that has been artificially created by a few group of elites who are sabotaging the entire system and blaming the war in Ukraine. America has the capacity to produce wheat in surplus and feed its population. It has the capacity to produce fertilizer and be able to supply to its farmers entirely without depending on the East. But because this is a game that is going to be played here and somebody is going to pocket so much money, that's why Ukraine is a scapegoat. These matters cannot be resolved amicably. It needs to involve global powers to engage on this serious debate. But how many people are willing to participate? Very few. Africa cannot say anything. It can't put anything on the table to negotiate simply because it doesn't produce technologies. It produces raw materials. This is something horrible and it's something we need to engage severely. West has failed and it's blaming East. East has risen and criticizing the West. Africa is just watching because it needs both. It's not an independent continent. We depend on these people. Food is something very serious. And from ammunitions game to food games, now that is something else. It is important to note that we need to plant food. We grow our own food without facing or expecting anything from anybody. Whether you are in Western world or whether you are in Africa or you're in developing world, you need to grow your own food. Because the hunger that is coming is a serious hunger triggered by political proxies. Somebody must come up with an agenda but fails to implement it effectively or the way it's supposed to be implemented. And when it's a setback, that's where the problem comes in. Whoever triggered this, he knew the patterns or the shape the world will take thereafter. I'm not condemning, I'm not condoning, I'm neutral. I'm a neutral man. But as a man, you need to have what we call critical survival budget. You cannot feed family with these feeding machines I've been talking about. You need to establish your own land, you plow it, you know how to plant, and you know how the season functions, how to control pest and input budget, and how to do reservation of the harvests. These are the things we need to learn, not to engage on media wars that are necessary. It's unnecessary. Let's uproot this evil. Because now in America, there's no baby child milk. Powder milk is out of order. How can we do this? Put a cow in your yard, a small plot. Feed it with the Napier grass. That cow will be giving you milk every single day. You don't need to go to the shop to buy milk. You just feed the cow with glass and salt and water. And in the evening, you milk that cow. Within 6 months, it has a calf. That's how you grow and you become somebody. Yeah. But who is going to explain this to you in a way that you understand what I'm saying or what I'm talking about? This is not rocket science. But because from initially the system of understanding how farming takes place and how season moves was taken away from your curriculum in early stages of life, that's why you are directly taken to the feeding system immediately after being born. How are you initiated? By just being given milk from the shop and diapers. You never know how to farm, you never know where the food comes from. What you know is to put money in the pocket, go to the shop and buy food. The system has failed. You can't have that money anymore. Inflation is eating up all your money. You don't have any way to save that money because you need to eat, you need food. But if you're farming food, you need only to put money into farming system once, and then you reap the harvest that you can consume for the rest of the year. We need people to specialize in farming organic food. That's the only way we're gonna go where we want to go. But the current situation is not easy. It's not easy. And we are not willing to cooperate. Hit that subscription button, give me some views and some likes. I have so much in the store that I want to continue giving out to the societies that they call themselves elites. In the next 10 years, we will have what we call smart farming. You will have the seasons of the year programmed and the cold rooms already kept in a technological setup whereby you harvest once, you eat 1 year. So you have food for 3 years already harvested and kept in those freezers. That's the food you want? Is that the food you want? Ask yourself that question. And once you have the answer, you let me know. But optional. Personally, I have decided not to eat that kind of food. I have said no to follow such kind of a bureaucratic system of food enslavement. Follow me, join the channel, make channel your choice, let the channel grow, give the channel a chance to enlighten you more and more and more so you can understand why we don't have food in the stores and yet we are farming and we are consuming. It's not that the world is not sufficient enough to feed 7 billion people, 8 billion people. The capacity is there. But because farming is a business and well controlled and regulated, you cannot be able to penetrate that infrastructure. The inner circles cannot allow you. So what you need is just to buy a piece of land somewhere and start farming your own food. That's where we're heading to. Folks, subscribe to the channel and I'll teach you more. I give you a smile.